Meditation and mindfulness have become more mainstream in recent years, but the terms are often used interchangeably. Meditation refers to a formal practice where we try to minimize distraction and focus attention on a particular object. Mindfulness is taking the clear and calm state of mind cultivated with your meditation practice and applying it to everyday life. Human beings have been meditating for at least 5,000 years. We started studying meditation with clinical research in the 1970s, and we've learned quite a bit since then. MRI scans of the brain shows enlargement of the hippocampus involved in learning and memory, and shrinking of the amygdala, which drives the fight or flight stress response. We see reversal of normal age-related brain atrophy, and functional MRI studies show decreased utilization of the default mode network, which is essentially the screensaver of the brain, and increased utilization of brain areas used for cognition and emotional regulation. It goes to follow that meditation is an excellent treatment for anxiety and depression. There are military and non-military mindfulness programs to treat and prevent PTSD, and programs for healthcare providers that show durable improvements in empathy, mood, and mitigation of burnout. Meditation improves short-term memory and concentration, increases pain tolerance, and decreases blood pressure. It strengthens the immune system, decreases multiple biomarkers of inflammation, and improves sleep. In 2009, a Nobel Prize was awarded to researchers who demonstrated that at the cellular level, meditation slows aging by decreasing cognitive stress. If you want to learn more about that, look up Elizabeth Blackburn, Meditation and Cellular Aging. So that's a quick summary of meditation clinical research. But how does it work? What do you actually do when you meditate? There are some common misconceptions about meditation. That it's all about turning the brain off or trying not to think. That's very far from the truth. All meditation practices are active, requiring intentional effort by the meditator. In general, meditation entails concentrating attention on a particular object. This object may be the feeling of air moving in and out of the nostrils while breathing, but the object may also be the physical feeling of your body, a mental image or phrase, or an external image or sound. Once attention is concentrated on this object, it inevitably wanders, becoming lost in the mind's screensaver. The crux of meditation practice is to recognize that the mind has wandered. Bring it back to this present moment, back to the object of meditation. Time for an analogy. Let's say we're doing a breath awareness meditation, focusing our attention right here under the nose, feeling air move in and out of the nostrils. Let's think of attention as a muscle. Using this muscle, I keep my attention on the breath, but ultimately and inevitably my attention falls away and my mind becomes distracted. When I catch my mind wandering and flex to bring attention back to the breath, attention gets a little bit stronger. 1,000 times the mind will wander, and 1,000 times we bring it back to the breath. As attention deepens, we can maintain focus on the breath for longer periods of time with less distracting mental chatter. And here is where the misconception arises. Meditation is not trying not to think. Meditation is focusing attention so fully and effectively that spontaneous thought recedes. This kind of focused attention is a deep meditative state, and while it is pleasant and interesting to experience, it's not necessary for progress. The benefits of meditation arise long before you experience this kind of focused attention. Cultivating attention is one half of meditation practice. The other half is cultivating a non-judgmental attitude. When you first start meditating, you'll only be able to focus for a few seconds at a time. You'll spend much more time lost in thought than focused on the breath. In that magic moment when you catch your mind wandering, your first reaction may be, I'm a terrible meditator, or I can't do this. This is a natural response for many of us, and we've been conditioned to mentally self-deprecate when we're unable to complete a task. That magic moment is a unique opportunity to show ourselves grace. That magic moment is a moment of mindfulness, where we can choose not to self-deprecate, but instead understand that the mind is simply following its habitual patterns, as it's always done. You're asking it to try something new, and it takes time for the brain to learn a new skill, and meditation is no different than learning any other task. This brings me to another analogy. A helpful way to think about how to handle the mind when asking it to meditate is to think of it as a happy little toddler. Asking your mind to pay attention to breathing is like handing a toddler an okay toy to play with. They'll pick it up and check it out for a little while and then put it down and wander off to find something more interesting to play with. You can't be mad at the child. The toy isn't that interesting. But you can gently redirect the child to engage with the toy again. And so, in that magic moment when we catch the mind wandering, we gently and without judgment redirect attention back to the breath. Meditation is one of Homo sapiens' oldest disciplines. In our modern fast-paced society, there is a fierce and constant competition for our attention, and we've unknowingly handed the reins of our minds over to our smartphones and the interests controlling the content we see. In a way, this very old discipline is more important now than ever before in human history. We need to actively reclaim our attention and remember how to deeply invest in ourselves, and perhaps by extension, to reinvest in others. Meditation may be one of our most ancient remedies, but in today's world, plagued by crisis and division, it may be just what the doctor ordered. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your interest and your attention.